town. No sleigh with reindeer, no sack on my back. You're gonna see me coming in a big black Cadillac. Whoa, it's Christmas time, pretty baby, and the snow is falling all around. I'll be a real good little baby, 'cause Santa Claus is back in town. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Monday night mini medicine card reading. I am Patrick, your friendly neighborhood shaman, and if you are new here, the first 6 people, as they're already piling up, first 6 people just comment yes, get a 1-card reading of the medicine card deck with the totem animals, and I think we just covered our 6. Let me see where we're at. It had everybody jumped on at once. So we got Joe and Roulette and Tammy and Anna. Got no sleigh with reindeer and some sack on my back. Jesse and Anna. Oh. Okay. So I've got our 6. I've got Joe, Roulette, Tammy, Anna, Jesse. Oh, I put Anna down twice. Okay, so wait a minute. Emerald, I think I saw that you sent me a message, and I don't know how to check. So, seeing as I put Anna down twice, I'll put Emerald in because I don't have to change all of the letters that I wrote down. So that is our 6, and if you're not on that list, I've got Joe, Roulette, Tammy, Anna, Jesse, and Emerald. And if you are not one of those people, I apologize. But what I always have people do is to choose a number between 1 and 6, and then that card, even though it may especially be for someone else, I promise you somehow your message will come through. You're welcome, Jesse. Good to see you. All right, so, and the only thing I charge is to ask if you would please share my video. You can share it on your own page. You can share it on someone else's page. You can you can tag somebody in the comments. I miss you too, Jesse. But please share my video. And if you enjoy my work, if you feel like you're getting something out of it, feel free to. I have a tip jar pinned at the top of the comments with my PayPal and my Venmo info. So if you would like to support your friendly neighborhood shaman, I am so very grateful for anything you give me. And if you don't know me and you're not sure yet, and you wait till the end of the video, I am going to share this video onto my Facebook page. And I will have all that information there too if you would like to donate to me, support my work, enable me to continue to do this work that I love so much. So anyway, let's get down to it. So, and I have to mention, I'm having a root beer, and cheers for my dad, who died 8 years ago today. He loved root beer floats. I actually had a root beer float earlier. It was kind of an odd one because the only ice cream we have is peach cobbler flavored ice cream. So it was an interesting root beer float. But I had a root beer float to his memory, and now I'm just cheers to my dad with root beer. He loved root beer floats. So, anyway. So Joe, you are first. Okay. Joe, you got beaver. Hi, Diane. Good to see you. I was just thinking about you today, Diane. I miss you. We need to get together or something. So, hi. It's good to see you. Joe, you got beaver in reverse. Happy birthday, Diane. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Diane. Happy birthday to you. Yay! Good to see you, Diane. Hope you have a wonderful birthday as you typed out on there. Okay. Sorry, Joe. We now return you to your regularly scheduled shaman. Joe, you got beaver, card number 1, beaver reversed. So beaver is really the visionary of the animal kingdom, right? It's like where other animals just see trees and shrubbery, etc. Beaver, oh, thank you, Jesse. Blessings to your own father. So where other animals see trees and shrubbery, I'm trying my hardest not to quote Monty Python. Bring me a shrubbery. Sorry, I couldn't help it. Beaver sees what can be done with them. You know, he sees them as resources, but not like I want to draw a very distinct discernment between that because I couldn't help but go there right now. One of the biggest challenges with humans is that we see the world as just a resource to be looted and controlled and all of that kind of thing, right? Beaver sees the resources, the trees, but beaver is part of the equation of the life force, of the web of life. In fact, there's a beaver down that lives on the river really close to where I go to do pipe ceremony every day. And I've seen where he's cut down trees and shrubberies and stuff. And the thing that has struck me the most is he doesn't cut them down at, ground level. He cuts them down, like he cuts them down with like probably at least 2 feet left above the ground. And when I've seen that, every single one I saw had sprouts coming out. So it's like he's not just tearing down trees, like clear-cutting trees. He's taking what he needs, and he's selective, and he does it in a way that replenishes, he doesn't stop the greenery from growing. It's a win-win situation. So the fact that that's what I was drawn to talk about is maybe to the message here, Joe, is how do I put this? It's like a homataquios. I can't even pronounce that right now. But like the Lakota people say, all my relations. What the Native people say, all my relations. It's like the things that you want, the things that you desire, the things that you are called to do, and the circumstances and the people who help you get there, those are resources, but it's about relationship with the world, with nature, with the universe. There is no such thing as an empty, dead resource. Like people think, well, the earth is just this dead source of crystals and minerals, and trees are just these, this resource just standing there ready to be taken down. It has no other purpose. And this is about recognizing that there is no separation, that everything that benefits you along your path is a part of that path, and everything has its own consciousness, its own awareness. It may not be on the same level that you are on, but like I was saying with Beaver, the win-win is like he might take down the trees that he needs, but he leaves enough so the trees can grow. And it's like mutual benefit. And when you're trying to move along your path, and it feels like there's obstacles in the way, this could be that you've built too many dams, that there's too much blocking the flow. And so sometimes we have to deconstruct some of the dams, some of the walls that we've erected in order to, keep ourselves safe. But at the point where, what once kept you safe is now blocking your passage, then you have to rethink things. Then you have to redistribute your resources in different directions, right? Don't be afraid to tear down some of those dams. Oh good, I'm glad that made sense, because that's kind of, I don't usually go that direction, but, when we get, I don't know if greedy is the right word, but when we get enthusiastic, maybe over-enthusiastic for where we're going, for what we want, and we just keep going and going and going and going, we lose our connection with everything going on around us. We lose our connection with the powers that are actually helping us get there, okay? And so, as a for instance, kind of an interesting illustration of this, back a number of years ago when I had a blood clot, it freaked the heck out of me, right? And once I got better, once I got, medication and everything was okay, I journeyed to the blood clot. I journeyed to the spirit of the blood clot to find out why that happened, what's going on. And in that journey, of course, just like dreams, like when you journey, sometimes the message is metaphorical, right? And so I found myself flying. I was riding on the wings of my pelican. I have a pelican spirit guide. And she was taking me down, and underneath me I saw these rivers stretching out. They were red, and it was like, okay, that's my bloodstream. That's my veins and arteries. And we came down in one spot where it was blocked up. And as we got closer, I saw that there were a couple of these beavers, and they were so busy, just so excited to be doing what they're doing, that they weren't paying attention to how what they were doing was affecting the rest of it. They like became kind of, they fell into some, like an isolation from their effects. And it just like that, just like people, it's like, oh, there's always more for us to tear down, right? We've always got the resource. We can always get more trees from someplace or whatever. It's like losing connection with what's going on and how what you're doing is affecting the rest of the picture, right? Seeing ourselves as separate, like, okay, I'm going to do this come hell or high water because this is what I want. I don't care who doesn't, What am I trying to say? How do I put this into words? We get tunnel vision. We get blind to why we want certain things, why we are going in the direction we're going. And we just focus on the technique, or just, it's like, you know, always more, always more, always more, right? But if you're paying attention to your heart will never take you beyond that point where it becomes harmful, right? Your heart is part of the bigger picture, and your heart has so much more information than our brains do as to what's going on and to our own well-being or our own highest good. And so if we are just focusing on, I got my mission, I know what it is, and just boom, 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 straight ahead. So again, like part of it too is that, so it's about being present, being in the moment, listening to your heart at every moment, not just getting your mission and then just going without looking back. It's like checking in every moment. And because nothing can be for your betterment and be to the detriment of someone else, right? And so your heart is your authority. And so, again, whatever is blocking your heart, if your heart isn't feeling free, if you're feeling like you're bumping up against obstacles and walls and stuff, it's time to look at those and deconstruct those, right? Because you're the one who put them up, and they're only as strong as your intention to maintain them, right? And here's the thing too. It takes so much energy to build walls, to build blockades. Sometimes it's necessary, like I said. Sometimes, you know, these things are the things that keep you safe, especially when you're younger. But it takes so much energy to maintain those walls, to maintain that protection, to keep yourself separate from the universe, right? And if you drop the ironic thing is, if you drop the walls, you will have more than enough energy to move forward in a way that you don't need protection, right? Like Abraham Hicks always says about your guidance will never be to protect yourself from something else. Your guidance will always be in the direction of your best and highest good. So, good job, Joe. Sounds like you're doing it. It sounds like by your comments that you're already on the way. Yay. All right. Number 2 is for roulette. When I was a kid, I wouldn't say we were poor, but we weren't, you know, the wealthiest people on the block. And my mom and dad, whenever we had company, it was root beer floats that they would make root beer floats for guests and to entertain guests and such. I love that. You're welcome, Joe. All right. I feel like we need music in the background. I'm sitting here like, it's so quiet. Alexa, play classic Christmas music.
The playlist Classic Country Christmas on Amazon Music.
And Alexa, set the volume to 2. Just a wee bit of music in the background. I probably can hear it better than you can, so I know some people aren't ready for Christmas music. I'm like, bring it on. I need a little Christmas right this very minute. All right. Roulette. All right, roulette. Diane, the way it works, I take the first 6 people to comment yes, and then I do those 6. And if someone isn't part of the first 6, then I tell them to Tammy, you can't escape it. Choose a number between 1 and 6 and listen for that card, and that will be your guidance. Okay. Otherwise, I would be here all night, and I need my beauty sleep. So, but call me, text me. Maybe I can do a personal reading for you anytime. So let me know. All right, roulette. Card number 2 is squirrel in reverse. So, God, you guys are so similar, you and Joe. It's amazing. So as Joe is trying to be more resourceful in his way, you're needing to be a little more... Sorry, Tammy. You're not ready to take the Halloween down yet. Yeah, that's so funny. My friends used to they would take their Christmas tree. They had woods in the back of their house, and they would take their Christmas tree out and put it in the woods after Christmas. And then come October, they would go find it again, bring it back into their living room, and it would be their Halloween tree. So, anyway, so roulette. With squirrel in reverse, it can be a little bit of scarcity-mindedness, worrying about where the next thing is going to come from, feeling like there's not enough, not appreciating what you have in this moment, right? Squirrel is really about abundance, but it's different from, buffalo is about abundance, right? But buffalo is a walking mountain of flesh and hide and hair, and he provided the Plains Indians with everything they needed in one place, right? One-stop shopping. Squirrel is about being in the moment, and it's about the flow of abundance through you. It's the currency, right? It's like opening your arms to receive that great big acorn, appreciating it, and then releasing it back to Mother Earth, digging it whole and putting it in there, hiding it for the winter, right? And then that way you've got your arms open for the next acorn coming along. So it's about staying in the moment, knowing that the universe provides everything you need. Repeat after me. Everything is always working out for me. That covers all bases. Everything is always working out for me. You always have exactly what you need. It may not show up till the 11th hour sometimes, right? And it takes a little bit of faith and stuff. But you are always provided for. And as you move forward on your path, trying to expand, trying to become your next best person, right? Every step of the way, we can get caught in the how-tos. We can get caught in the mental reel of, okay, how do I do this? Who do I have to talk to? What I need to do, right? That is not your responsibility, okay? Like I've talked about the cosmic GPS system before, right? You put in your destination by putting in your intention, and then the universe figures out how to get you there. And so it's like, you decide, like, what do you want? You want to have a successful business. That is your intention when you meditate, when you have quiet time, whatever it is, at whatever times you can. You visualize that, you feel it in your heart. The emotions are the key. Feel in your heart what it will feel like, the relief that will feel like, not having to scrimp and save, and to have a business that is successful, that carries you, right? The universe wants you to succeed. The universe wants you and supports you every step of the way. And it's not so much that the universe is punishing us, or the universe is holding us back from our dreams. It's because we're holding ourselves back. So maybe Joe can help you with a couple of those dams and blockades. But trust that the things that you desire, the passions you have, the things, your dreams, those are a gift from Creator given to you so you know which direction to go. And so you keep that faith, you keep that in your mind and in your heart, and then you just pay attention to the breadcrumbs, every little intuitive nudge. Go up to the next stoplight and turn right. Go a mile, turn left. It's not going to give you the whole scenario at once. It's going to, as soon as you set that destination, it will give you step by step how to get there. And in the meantime, your job is to be joyful. Abraham Hicks said something, I was listening to one the other day, and it's like, you really want to change the world. You really want to heal the world. But you're feeling that it's your responsibility is what gets in the way. You think that it's your responsibility, your mission to do these things, that you have to hack them out by yourself from scratch. And it's like, no, those are your dreams, and the universe will carry you there. The universe knows the quickest, easiest, smoothest way to get you there, okay? So play. Just like think about how it feels when you are joyful, when you're having fun, when you're happy, right? There are no obstacles. It's like everything is good with the world, right? The wren is on the wing, the snail is on the thorn, and all is well with the world. Everything is always working out for you. And when you know that, then you can let go a little and allow yourself to have fun. Because when you're having fun, when you're in joy, you're receptive. You're not looking for all the pitfalls and the obstacles and all the stuff. You're like, ooh, what if I did this, right? Have you ever done that where you just had this whimsical thought like, ooh, what if that happened? And boom, it happened. That's how it works. And so the more joyful you can get in any moment, your emotions are not dependent on what happens around you. And the more you can start your day, I've been doing this, so I'm talking from experience. The more you can start your day in like meditation or silence and really nurture a feeling of contentment and joy, and then going forward in your day, it makes all the difference in the world. Does that make sense, Relat? And what it reminds me when I do that is that the day is unwritten. You know, we get up and we're like, oh God, okay, I got to do this today and I got to do that today. And I know because of the world, you know, Murphy's Law, it's not going to work out, blah, blah, blah. And we have the cards set against us already as we're getting out of bed, before we've even gotten into bed. Gotten out of bed, I mean. But when you realize that you are on the cutting edge of creation, that the world does not exist until you create it. The world is a clean slate. Each day is a clean slate. It's like that Natasha Bedingfield song that I love. That I can't think of the tune now, but Unwritten, right? It's like every day the page is unwritten, the book is unwritten, ready for me to fill it in. Try to adjust your view of the day. Just take it one day at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself. And, you know, even if you're not already, starting a gratitude journal. Though it sounds simplistic and cliched and all of that, it is really helpful. That's what helps you to change the wiring in your brain from the scarcity mindedness to the abundance, right? Squirrel is amazed by all of the nuts and the acorns on the ground. It's like, you know, Mother Earth is abundant, affluent. There is more than enough for everybody, right? And Squirrel is in this wonderland of finding nuts and acorns and seeds, and they're just all over the place, right? Look at the world as your playground, that everything is, again, look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities of Mother Nature's recipes to bring the bare necessities of life. The world is working in your favor. The world is conspiring on your behalf to bring you where you're supposed to be, to bring you what you want. We just have to open our eyes and see it. Like one of my teachers used to say that she would wake up in the morning and the first thing she would think is, okay, I'm ready for my 3 happy surprises. That was her intention every day to the universe. Bring me at least 3 happy surprises. So, you got it. You got this, roulette. Just remember to play. And I know you and Joe are such great playmates together. It's so much fun, and keep that going. It's the whimsy and the joy and the playfulness that might not directly bring you what you're wanting, but it puts you in the mindset to see possibilities because you're using your imagination. Your imagination is what gets you where you need to go in manifesting things, right? So I hope that is helpful, Roulette. And now we have my friend Tammy. Everybody on here is my friend. I have friends. All right. All right, Tammy. That is the perfect way to think of it, Roulette. You're otters together. Everything otters do is play. Everything. They make a game out of everything. So, all right, Tammy, card number 3 is alligator. Okay, alligator is quite a complex totem animal. Let me try to tune into what alligator's message. Okay. Motherhood. Alligator, despite the fact that she is a cold-blooded reptile, is one of the best mothers in the animal kingdom. Not only does she protect her nest, she actively cares for the eggs by, she shifts, how do I put it? She turns the dirt and everything in the nest, she turns the eggs to keep them rotating so that they get equal amounts of heat from the sun and coolness from the earth. So she's a hands-on mother, hands-on nurturing her eggs before they even hatch. And then when the eggs do hatch, she takes her babies in her mouth and she carries them to the river and she teaches them how to swim. So it's this guiding, like you would think cold-hearted reptile, but she has one of the biggest hearts of any mothers. And so, and this can be a both and. It can be about you needing, or no, because it's upright. So it's like you're finding the nurturing in yourself that you didn't find elsewhere. Number one, you're becoming the mother that you never had. And I don't mean anything against your mom or anything, but we all have little holes in our experience where we could have been loved better, supported more, whatever. And I think that's where you are. You're finding those places and filling them in by yourself. You're turning those eggs, right? Because on another level, you're getting ready to be born, right? And that rebirth. And so it's a new level of trust and faith in the universe as you're riding these eggs and knowing that the universe is turning you, giving you exactly what you need before you even know what that is, before you're even solid, right? Does that make sense at all? I know, because I know you well. I know you've been going through a lot of darkness and stuff like that, and this is giving context to all the things you've been going through before, because you're being reborn. So all the darkness before was mostly you in the egg, not knowing what's up, what's down, especially if the universe is turning you over and over and over for your own good, for your own nurturance, but it can get disorienting, it can get scary. But the other thing that alligator is about is integration. So all of the stuff that's been going on in the past is in the process of being integrated. Okay, I'm hoping that means that things are making a little more sense, that you've got a little bit more solid ground under your feet. And you're seeing yourself just like alligator floating in the middle of the river. She floats with everything underwater except her eyes. And her eyes are on the side of her head, so she can see the entire panorama. So she knows exactly how she fits into the puzzle of everything. She can see how the thing over there is connected to that thing over there. It's one panoramic view. There are no, like I was saying before, there is no separation. And you are always at the center of your reality, right? The other thing I'm being drawn to mention, I was going to try to keep these brief tonight again, but that's just me. Along with the mother thing, alligator has been around for millions of years, right? Unbroken chain. And being a reptile, even though she lives mostly in the river, it's like, reptiles are so close to the earth. In fact, it's said that like before we were here, it was like there were the reptilians and other beings here, and the reptilians were the mother, like the matriarchy, the mothers, the ones that actually taught us shamanism, apparently. I no documentation for that. Comes from a variety of different sources, but that's what is said. And it makes sense. And so alligator is like a direct connection from the beginning of time. All this earth wisdom, mother goddess primal wisdom from the beginnings of time till now, right? And so don't be surprised if, Elvis, sorry. Don't be surprised if, how do I put it? Your path takes deeper and deeper pathways. That doesn't make sense. If your path is deepening, not necessarily expanding, but deepening, because you're getting more and more in touch with that primal goddess energy and becoming a channel for that, okay? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So, you are doing a great job of being a mother. You are doing a great job of mothering yourself. And the integration is happening. If you haven't felt it yet, know that it is just around the corner. Ha ha! Doing all right with your Christmas of white, but I have a blue Christmas. You're welcome, Tammy. Yeah, thank you. I always love hearing the phrase "spot on." Yeah, lets me know that I'm doing my job, and it resonates with Valerie too. Awesome. Okay, Anna, card number 4 just jumped out of the deck. So card number 4 for Anna is Eagle in reverse. Let me wet my whistle. Okay, so Anna, so Eagle really represents great spirit, right? Eagle is one of the highest flying birds, flying the highest, closest to spirit, right? And the fact that it's in reverse, I don't think is reverse is never a bad thing, but I think in this case, it's like it's telling you that you are so close to finding your wings. It hasn't happened yet, but it's like right around the corner. It's like Eagle is kind of, like I said, great spirit. It's like our higher self. It's like stepping into our full potential of who we came here to be. And it's like you're that close. you know, I talked about this before. I had a vision with Eagle. Eagle came to me in a vision one time, and it was like when Eagle is soaring, he doesn't really even flap his wings. It's like once he gets onto one of those thermals, he just soars. He just, as he explained to me, he opens his heart by spreading his wings. And then the breath of Mother Earth carries him. So it's about surrendering. It's about, I was just talking to someone, I did a reading for someone yesterday that it was kind of the same. It's like we hold so tight for something. You know, we're afraid of losing ourselves, so we find something to hold on to. It's like holding on to the side of the pool and expecting to learn how to swim, right? You have to let go of the side of the pool and get into the water in order to learn to swim, right? And it's like we hold on to things that are solid or old patterns and things that make us feel safe. But like they say about boats, right? A boat is safest in the harbor, but then it's not fulfilling its purpose. Its purpose is to go into the ocean, right? So it's like it hits me kind of like the Fool card in the tarot, where it's that need that breaking point of like stepping into space, knowing that you're going to be held. Because as I was telling my client yesterday, we keep trying to hold on to things that are solid to keep ourselves safe, to keep our bearings about us and everything, right? But who we are trying to become, the part of us we're trying to become aware of is the non-physical part. The non-physical part of us is more real and more solid than this world, right? That's reality. That is where the truth lies. Everything in this solid world, solid reality is temporary, but who you are is eternal. And you can't, again, like the pool, you can't hold on to the solid physical things and expect to find that calling within you, that voice within you, you know, to let your heart totally free. You have to let go of those side of the pool and trust that the water is going to carry you and that you're going to move into this relationship with the water, or like Eagle, this relationship with the wind, so that all he needs to do is flex a few feathers and he, you know, sails in a different direction, or he descends or he ascends, whatever it is. Trust. It's kind of like, you know, that like the Zen thing about the fish. Like one fish was talking to another one, and the fish was talking about water, and this other fish is like, what are you talking about? What the hell is water? And this other fish is like, well, you live in water. It upholds you. It brings you everything you need. And this other fish is like, I can't see any. You're just making this up, right? Because water is invisible to fish. Spirit is invisible to our eyes, but it's still there and is so much more real than anything we can solidly put our hands on. It is the part that this outside world is an expression and a reflection of that. The real solid grounding is in your heart, the spirit of you, the unseen, non-physical part of you. So take a breath and just, you know, step off that cliff. I had a dream one time. I think I've mentioned this before too, but I was on the edge of this cliff, and I had to keep walking. I was supposed to keep walking, and I had these like 2 heavy bags on my back. So I'm like, well, I can't go any further with these bags. So I put the bags down, I turned around and started to walk, and I realized I was floating. That those things I was holding on for safety, to keep me grounded, were actually, keeping me from rising into my own power. So it's like letting go of those things that they might seem innocuous. And the other thing about this too, okay, don't get me wrong. This is all your choice, right? There is no judgment in this. There is no place you need to go. There is no place no one you are required to become. You're perfectly perfect the way you are, right? But if your desires are carrying you skyward, stop hanging on to the trees, right? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So, all right, Jesse. Oh, every reading's resonated with you already, Jesse? Awesome. Good, I'm glad, Anna. All right. Jesse, you need to come see me sometime soon. All right, so you're welcome, Anna. Jesse, you got the ant in reverse. So, ant is really, okay, ant is another one of those ones that even though they're teeny tiny, they're a very complex totem animal. The number one thing about ant is patience, right? Ant is really, it's that old cliche about it's not about the destination, it's the journey. You know, I had this. It's funny. I have my first and fourth grade teacher was the same. Her name was Sister Agnes. I went to a Catholic school, and she is still to this day. She passed a couple of years ago, but she was one of my greatest teachers, and she had the greatest faith of anyone I ever knew. She never even questioned anything. She always knew that exactly what needed to happen would happen and stuff like that. And one of the things that she told us was, how did she put it? Shoot, it was in my head and it just left. Sister Agnes, help me. All the way to heaven is heaven. So, of course, it was in a Catholic Christian perspective, but all the way to heaven is heaven. If you're doing what you enjoy, if you're following your path, every step of your path has joy, right? Even if it's having to figure out the finances or figure out the details of different things, there's still an underlying joy of fulfilling your purpose, of doing what it is you truly want to do in this life, right? And so when we do that, it's like, I'm not saying not to have goals or, intentions or anything, but it's like, when you just take it step by step. I have a friend that just posted today about she climbs mountains, And one of the things that she learned in climbing mountains is that you never look at the summit. You never look up. You just watch your feet, you keep your eyes down, and all of a sudden, you're at the top, right? Because if you look ahead, you'll psych yourself out. Oh my God, it's so far. Oh my God, it's like, you know. But if you pay attention to every footstep, and just every step is a step of joy, is a step of reinforcing who you are. Does that make sense? Then when you get to that goal, it's like, oh, okay, I guess I completed that goal, right? Kind of as an example, my first vision quest that I ever went on, I was told White Buffalo Calf Woman is one of my spirit teachers. And she told me that my path was to be shared. And this was like 15 years ago-ish. And I assumed at that point that, oh, I'm supposed to write a book or something, right? And then I'm like, how do you write a book? And I was like, well, I could start a blog. And so I did. And I haven't been blogging as much as I used to, but I blogged for many, many years. And enough that I've been working on consolidating my blogs together, and it's going to end up being like 3 or 4 volumes. It's like, oh, I've got 3 or 4 volumes worth of content right now. And I just, like as I experience something, I would blog about it, I would write about it, and then I'd go on to the next experience. And it's like, now I'm there and I've got enough for these books, and I don't have to do, all it is consolidating, bringing them together. It's all right there already. So focus in the moment. What is your greatest joy? Right? Like Abraham Hicks, I know I've been talking about him a lot tonight, but he's like, your path is the path of least resistance. And the path of least resistance is the path of your greatest joy. So follow your joy. Don't be in a hurry to get there, because all the way there is there. The other thing about Ant, you have come through so much crap, right? You have experienced so much crap. And one of the results of that is you are stronger than most people, emotionally, mentally. You have strengths and courage that other people don't. But just because, like Ant, you're stronger, you have the strength of 10 people, that doesn't mean you're meant to carry other people. Put everyone else down and focus on yourself, right? You have a purpose in life. Everyone in your life has a separate, specific purpose in life. You can't help them get there. The best you can do is to go toward your own highest good, your own joy, and inspire them along the way to continue to move toward their greatest joy. Okay? Like there's a saying that no able-bodied adult should be carried to the top of the mountain. So don't waste your energy. Kind of like I was saying earlier with Joe, right? And the walls, when we build walls, takes so much energy. And it's amazing when you take those walls down and you're no longer putting your focus, putting your energy into protecting yourself, how much more freedom you feel and how much more energy you have. And when we stop carrying other people, when we stop feeling like we're responsible for their growth or their well-being, you know, and granted, I know you, you know, there's kids and there's other people that, you know, we do have to take care of, animals and such, but the best way to take care of others is to take care of yourself. Because then, when someone authentically needs your help, your arms are free to pick them up. But if you're always carrying everyone else already, then when the real need happens, you're powerless to aid them, right? So take the world off of your back, just like this picture, right? This little ant carrying a little piece of leaf. This is your only responsibility. You're not meant to feed the entire anthill all by yourself. You might see one ant, but when you see one ant, you know that there are millions more. There are millions of other people working toward the same goals as you, working toward healing the earth, healing themselves. And so by carrying that one piece of leaf, there are millions of others carrying their own tiny piece of leaf. And by each one just taking care of that one small piece of the puzzle, the entire anthill gets fed, okay? Take care of yourself. That's your only responsibility. That is your best gift that you have to give the world, is your own well-being. Because, again, like Abraham Hicks says, you can't get poor enough to help someone get rich, and you can't get sick enough to help someone who is ill. You can only help from a place of power. All right. I hope that's helpful, Jesse. Please come see me sometime. I miss you. All right. Emerald. All right, Emerald. This has come up recently with someone else. Jesse, I'm always here to help if you need propping up, if you need a pep talk, if you need some Reiki, if you need anything, just let me know, okay? So, Emerald, card number 6 is Mouse in Reverse. This fits perfectly with what I was just saying with Ant for Jesse, card number 5. Mouse in Reverse can be feeling small and insignificant. You're welcome, Jesse. Mouse can be, in reverse, can be overwhelmed by overwhelmed by all the stuff that's going on in the world and feeling so small and insignificant, right? Feeling like it's your job to heal and change the world, and you're powerless to do anything, right? Simple is always best, right? When it comes to ceremonies, when it comes to meditation, when it comes to almost anything, simpler is always best. Simple is the most profound, okay? It's this is a weird analogy, but being a cartoonist, one of the things that I've learned is that, the simpler a drawing is, like if you're drawing a person, the simpler it is, the more people it can encompass. The more it is, the more people can identify with it, okay? But the more details you put into it, the more specific it becomes, the more complex, the more details it becomes relative to less and less people, right? And so when things are simple, the potential for profundity is humongous, right? And so it's the simple things that are pregnant with the most potential connection. And it's when we get too complex, fill in too many details, and like the best comics are, well, I shouldn't say the best, but some of the best comics are the ones that are the simplest drawings, because you identify with them. You can put yourself in their place. That could be you on paper, right? And so keep things simple. Remember that I said earlier, it's about your relationship with the universe. You are the center of your universe. And it's about your relationship with the universe. You are not separate. You are an integral part of the universe, right? Your unique frequency is part of the overall symphony of the universe. And that frequency is necessary for the others to exist. Without you, the universe would collapse. So your only responsibility, again, is to find that unique frequency that is yours and yours alone. No one, yes, you may have had past lives and future lives and all these, but at the moment, who you are right now has never existed in the history of the universe. You are unique and special, just like everyone else. Forget that part. You are unique and special. No one has ever held this particular frequency, and nobody ever will again. You are at this place, at this time, because you are an integral building block of the universe. So all you need to do is pay attention to what's right in front of you. Mouse doesn't worry about the cat next door or the cat down the street. What if they get loose? What if they eat me? They're focused on their joy, like, oh, there's corn. Oh, someone left cheese. Oh, look at the scraps. Like every little thing. It's kind of a combination of squirrel medicine that I talked about earlier and ant medicine that I just talked about, right? They keep it simple. They keep it within their own realm of reality, their own realm of influence, right? So it doesn't do anyone any good to, pay attention to what's going on the other side of the planet if your life is suffering from lack of attention. Does that make sense? Again, there's this thing about focusing our energy where it needs to go rather than building walls with it, or letting it just escape. It's like when you're doing a ritual or a ceremony, right? When you're doing a ritual, like a pagan ritual, a Wiccan ritual, they cast the circle, right? And they create this boundary, this energetic boundary. And as long as everyone stays in that boundary and focuses on whatever the intention is of that ritual, it can be so powerful. But if you have people walking out, coming back in, and not respecting those boundaries, it's like a balloon losing air, right? Your own personal balloon needs your focus, and it's, cast that circle of your life and stay within that circle. You don't have to worry about what's going on next door, what's going on the other side of the planet. If there's something you can do to aid them, sending money or volunteering or something, that is awesome, right? But like I said earlier, I can't remember which one I said it with, but your well-being is your greatest gift to the planet. And so keeping in your own reality bubble and trusting that, just like the ant card, there's millions of other people. And if we all learned to monitor our own sphere, the world would be amazing, right? So don't get caught in power struggles. What if that person does that? What if that person does something? Part of it might be that taking responsibility for your own issues. And I know you've already done a lot of that. But maybe look in the directions to see where your power is leaking out, where it's like you've got the tire with a slow leak. And you can keep pumping it up, but until you patch that slow leak, it's going to continue to lose energy. You're going to continue to lose power. So find that leak and patch it up, right? Does that make sense? And again, enjoy your life. Mice are happy little beings. I'm just trying to feel in to see if there's anything left for Mouse. Ha ha! All right, if Joe is still on here, he'll appreciate this. I just got a hit from, there is a mouse known as the grasshopper mouse. And this mouse, though it shares many of the traits of your normal, house mouse or field mouse or whatever, it actually is a predator. And it actually howls at the moon. So this doesn't mean you have, so in other words, being a mouse, keeping it simple, doesn't mean you need to be a doormat for everyone else. You don't have to be passive. You can still keep things simple, but still hunt those things that you desire. Set those intentions, manifest like crazy, and go out of your way to follow your path, right? Oh, little. You can look it up on YouTube. Look up grasshopper mouse. They actually have videos of them and hearing them howl. It's amazing. So anyway, so that is our 6. Those are our 6 cards for tonight. Whew. Got a little long-winded. I always think for some reason I'm going to be able to keep it to about an hour, and we usually go at least an hour and a half. So thank you for your perseverance and sticking with me this long. I'm going to draw one more card for everybody, whether you've gotten a personal card or not. This is one for the collective, for the community. And meanwhile, let you know that when we are done with this video, I am going to share it to my Facebook page. And I am going to upload it to my Perching Wolf Studios YouTube channel. So go to my YouTube channel anytime if you need guidance. I've got over 3 years worth of these videos, the Monday Minutes of card readings. Choose one, pick a number, and go. And also videos of ceremonies, etc. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can watch this on there anytime. If you need more guidance in the middle of the week or something, feel free. What else? And Wednesday night, of course, is my other weekly video when I do the Sacred Pipe Ceremony video at 7 o'clock Pacific time. And if you want to experience moments of peace and serenity, connection to spirit, it is one of the most sacred, profound, like I was saying earlier, simple. Simplicity is best. It's one of the most profound ceremonies that I know of. So join me then if you're interested. And again, if you would like to support your local shaman, support your friendly neighborhood shaman, because the shaman is a person in your neighborhood, in your neighborhood, in your neighborhood. Yes, the shaman is a person in your neighborhood, a person that you meet each day. Oh, a shaman will retrieve your soul to help to make you feel more whole. A shaman will do what they can to help you raise your vibration. Because a shaman is a person in your neighborhood, in your neighborhood, in your neighborhood. A shaman is a person in your neighborhood, a person that you meet when you're walking down the street. They're a person that you'll meet each day. If you would like to support your friendly neighborhood shaman, I currently have my PayPal and Venmo tip jar pinned to the top of the comments. And when I share it to my Facebook page and upload it, I will have all that information. And if you enjoyed this, if you would like to contribute, I am so grateful for any contributions. And if you would like to have a full reading with me, we can arrange that as well. Devlin, hi! Sorry. Devlin, how are you? I was actually going to message you. I was thinking about you today. It's good to see you. It's at the very end of the video, but it's good to have you along. So, I miss you, Devlin. So you're just in time for the last card of the evening. The last card for the community is Dog. Love yourselves. Take care of yourselves. Your first loyalty is yourself. Devlin, we should talk. I would love to message you or something. So, yeah. Cool. Thanks for jumping on to say hi. I appreciate it. So Dog, it's your responsibility is yourself. You can't be loyal to anyone else unless you're loyal to yourself first. And it's, again, that thing of loving yourself first, healing yourself, focusing on yourself. Because when you do that, that's when you attract into your life those people who are also loyal to themselves and whole unto themselves and healing. So that there is no ulterior motives. There's no power struggle. They are genuinely there in your life because they want your best and highest good, right? So there's no tug of war, there's no codependence. It's a beautiful reciprocity, right? Mutual healing, mutual benefit. So be true to yourself. Give yourself the same grace and the same benefit of the doubt that you give other people, right? You more than deserve the same love and consideration that you give everybody else. There is no one in the universe who is more important than you. Nobody. If you heard me talking about your unique frequency, and without you, the universe wouldn't be. There is no one who is more important than you. So take care of yourself. And again, play. Have fun. Life is a game. Like Oscar Wilde said, life is too important to be taken seriously. So I will leave you with that. Thank you again so much for joining me. I always enjoy this time. I so appreciate your energy and your presence. Check my website, perchingwolfstudios.net. You can set up a session with me with healing or reading or teaching. I do personal mentoring, whatever you'd like. I am your friendly neighborhood shaman, ready to support you in whichever way I can. So, hope to see you again next week. Invite your friends. Please share this video. And until I see you again, know that I love you, I see you, and I honor you. Have a wonderful week, everyone, and go shining. You're welcome, Devlin. You're welcome, Valerie. Thank you, everybody. Bye.